there was news heard around the world yesterday. If you thought Pete Hegseth was controversial, if you thought Tulsi Gabbard at DNI was controversial, oh no, you've seen nothing yet. The Attorney General pick. Before we go any further, President Trump has earned the right to do whatever he wants with the Department of Justice. Whatever he wants. They tried to lock him in prison for 700 years on fake and phony and political charges. They tormented him and tried to stop a political movement of the people on unelected bureaucrats of Jack Smith and Merrick Garland. Remember, the same Department of Justice that gave him Bob Mueller. The Department of Justice has been used as a Soviet-style attack vector against the citizen-led populist movement. There was a referendum on this topic. Do you want major governmental reform? Do you want massive changes to the federal bureaucracy? Or do you want business as usual? There was a referendum, an up or down vote. And the people overwhelmingly voted yes. And not just the people of the battleground states, but in the popular vote as well. That is how elections work. And Donald Trump has earned the right to do whatever he wants with the Department of Justice. Whatever he wants. If he wants to troll him, he can troll him. But this is not a troll. This is very, very serious. Donald Trump did not want to just have the same type of person like Bill Barr, like other attorneys general before. No, he wanted something different. He wanted a game changer. And he rolled a metaphorical congressional grenade into the Department of Justice yesterday. A man who himself was thoroughly investigated and tried to have his life ruined by the Department of Justice, Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz was guilty until proven innocent. Here's how it worked. Matt Gaetz, a story came out in the New York Times back in the spring of 2021 saying that Matt Gaetz was involved in underage sex trafficking, like the worst thing you could accuse somebody of. And then his father was blackmailed illegally, and the people that were doing that ended up going to prison. And Matt Gaetz was guilty until proven innocent, and he fought and he fought. These were anonymous sources, and there were no charges. And this is what the Department of Justice made Matt Gaetz and his family go through. Look, Matt Gaetz will be the first one to tell you he's lived a full life. Found the love of his life and married Ginger Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is a great friend of mine and a friend of the program. But he is a victim of lawfare, and he knows personally and intimately how vicious and unfounded these accusations can be. They can ruin your life just with a subpoena and a leak to the New York Times. They can ruin your reputation. And by the time you finally realize that the public realizes that it's fake, you are still damaged goods. And let's not forget the atrocity of the Russian collusion scam. And so Donald Trump has earned a right, and he deserves an attorney general that will fulfill that mandate. He deserves an attorney general that will let him fulfill the mandate of the American people. He does not deserve some sort of paper shuffling attorney general. He doesn't deserve some sort of business as usual, a change agent. But my, oh my, all the right people are upset. And you know what? You could not think of a more metaphorical middle finger to this lawfare system than Matt Gaetz. I get it. Cry more. But Matt Gaetz should never have gone through what he went through at the Department of Justice. Ever. And Donald Trump is doing what he said he was going to do. If you wanted milquetoast, that's not what you voted for. You wanted massive government reform. They spied on Trump, so now they get Tulsi Gabbard. They try to lock up Trump, so now they get Matt Gaetz. They kept the border open, so now they get Tom Homan. They tried to ruin the country, and they are getting what they deserve. Matt Gaetz is a change agent. He's not going to keep the 70,000 people with guns and badges at the Department of Justice going after moms and dads at school boards, going after Catholic laymen at Latin Mass. He's not going to have the Department of Justice raid political opponents like Bannon and Peter Navarro. He is going to fix the Department of Justice. And this is going to be a big confirmation fight. This is going to be one of the biggest ever. It is not going to be easy. Matt Gaetz does not have a lot of congressional allies. It's kind of why we love him. However, some people say, oh, there's no way he can get confirmed. Don't dismiss the power that an incoming president has with a mandate, especially Donald Trump within the Republican Party. Do not discount that. And, it's really funny. Axios says, 10 senators are already against Matt Gaetz. Oh, really? What are their names? Oh, anonymous? That's why. Everyone's a tough guy until it becomes a floor vote and you have to face the music. And I asked this out of a senator this morning who shall remain nameless. He said, Gaetz can't get confirmed. I said, oh, really? How is it that Merrick Garland got out of committee? Let me read what he wrote. And he says, no clue. I'm not in judiciary. But as you know, there are a couple members challenging members on it. Whoa. Hold on. So Merrick Garland, can you guys get me the whip sheet of all the people that voted for Merrick Garland? Merrick Garland received votes from lots of Republicans. Ron Johnson voted for Merrick Garland. And we love Ron Johnson. John Cornyn voted for Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland, the craven lunatic that went after Donald Trump that we see, that bitter, angry, small man running DOJ. So if Republicans are willing to vote for Merrick Garland, why would you not vote for Matt Gaetz? So let's just go through the list. Former Republican Senator Blunt from Missouri voted for Merrick Garland. Burr, former senator from North Carolina, voted for Merrick Garland. Shelley Moore Capito, who is in leadership from West Virginia, voted for Merrick Garland. Cassidy from Louisiana voted for Merrick Garland. Susan Collins from Maine voted for Merrick Garland. John Cornyn from Texas voted for Merrick Garland. Mitt Romney obviously voted for Merrick Garland. Rounds from South Dakota, Blake's hometown, voted for Merrick Garland. We're almost through the list here. John Thune, your new Senate Majority Leader, voted for Merrick Garland. Tom Tillis from North Carolina voted for Merrick Garland. And to close it all off, that's it. So all of those Republicans voted for Merrick Garland that I just mentioned. If you're going to vote against Gaetz and you also voted against Merrick Garland, then maybe you're consistent. There is not a universe where we will accept on this program or at Turning Point Action where you will vote for Merrick Garland and you will vote no for Matt Gaetz. That will trigger an immediate primary challenge. Immediate. That will not be tolerated. That if you will vote for Merrick Garland, but not for President Trump's pick for Attorney General. So I hope the senators go through advise and consent, ask Matt the tough questions, and we can proceed from there. Because Merrick Garland was the most destructive, disastrous attorney general in American history that had a lot of Republican support. And they didn't vote for Merrick Garland in the essence that you might think. They'll say, oh, a president deserves to have his cabinet. Fine. Then why should Trump not get his cabinet? If the rules that you will allow Joe Biden to get his attorney general, why is it that you will not allow Donald Trump to get his attorney general? That will not go over with voters. That will be met with ferocity and opposition. I want to go deeper in this. If you give Joe Biden his people, why would you not give Donald Trump his people? And look, there's a psychological operation that is being run in the media right now trying to make it seem as if Matt Gaetz is not qualified. Okay, he is a lawyer. That's important to note. He was targeted by DOJ. He was also one of the most outspoken oversight individuals in Congress. And he deserves advise and consent. He deserves the opportunity to be able to go through this process. President Trump earned this. Gaetz also worked as a lawyer for many years. Look, here's the fundamental issue in front of us. Did the American people vote for more of the same, or did they vote for fundamental change? Given that our past qualified nominees did things like unleash unprecedented political warfare, maybe our qualifications aren't a good measure. Maybe all the people we told are qualified end up being incredibly dangerous and treacherous against the American people. Maybe we need a big shakeup. And by the way, Donald Trump was elected as a change agent, and he is fulfilling that. He has a mandate to shake the matrix to its core. This is Democrat Congressman Jared Moskowitz telling CNN he'll be fiercely competent. Do not underestimate Matt Gaetz. If we can get him through committee, if we can get him through the proper channels, he will be a phenomenal attorney general. He is wicked smart. He has a sky-high IQ. He has energy, capacity, love of country, knows the problems. And I'll say this right now. He is smarter than Merrick Garland. Let's play cut 405.
I mean, look, this is what the American people voted for, right? I mean, Trump was not shy about what he wanted to do in this country. And, in Matt Gaetz, he's not only going to get someone who's fiercely loyal, but fiercely competent. Matt Gaetz knows exactly what to do with the Attorney General's office. He will turn that into the most powerful Attorney General in American history.
This is correct. JFK made his 35-year-old brother, Bobby Kennedy, Attorney General. Matt Gaetz is far more qualified than he was. And the Democrats keep Kennedy in folklore. They love Bobby Kennedy. They love JFK. They don't love this new Bobby Kennedy. We love him. So why was it okay to do that, which was definitely a stretch for JFK, and Donald Trump doesn't get his cabinet of his choosing? And before anybody gets too ahead of themselves, he can't get confirmed, he can't get confirmed, back up. What are the names? Show me the names of the people. I don't want some anonymous leak in Axios. I don't want the New York Times. No. I want names. And if there are not names, they're terrified of President Trump, and they should be. He is the most popular Republican politician leader ever. And John Cornyn is in cycle. Tom Tillis is in cycle. And President Trump, this is one he deeply and personally cares about. I bet President Trump is going to work the phones on this one. I bet President Trump is going to call up some of these guys. No. Why are you against my guy? Why are you against my Matt, as he calls him? President Trump has earned the right to be able to not be worried that the Department of Justice is bugging the White House. Donald Trump has earned the right that Air Force One is not going to be filled with double agents. Donald Trump has earned the right to know that he's safe and protected and there will not be another Operation Crossfire Hurricane. Donald Trump has earned the right to be able to know that his people are not going to be indicted. Mark Halperin is very smart. This is so beautifully put. And I had this thought earlier, and he distilled it better than I could have put it into words. Here is one factor that those who say Matt Gaetz is dead and not considering. Every Republican senator has donors, friends, staffers, constituents, and in some cases, kin, who want something from the incoming Trump administration, especially jobs. You think that the Trump White House is going to help out any senator who comes out against Gaetz? This is not even Politics 101. It's Politics 1. You better believe it. Good luck getting on the Committee of Religious Freedom. You want to be ambassador to Sweden? How about Senegal? You want to be ambassador to France? How about the Central African Republic? Or how about Laos? We're not going to play that game. It's time for hardball Machiavellian politics. We're not going to allow some senators. Here's the thing. Do your advised consent. Ask the questions. Grill Matt Gaetz. Do it publicly, do it privately. But none of this preemptive, I'm going to say I'm against Matt Gaetz before you do your job as advice and consent. You get a hearing, you hear him out, you grill him, he can handle himself. Matt Gaetz is far more capable than your typical cabinet appointee. But until then, President Trump gets his cabinet because Joe Biden got his. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. We're doing so much good work here at Turning Point USA. Also, get your tickets to AmFest. That's amfest.com, the biggest party of the year in Phoenix Convention Center. We have Tucker Carlson and really big speakers coming. I'll be there. It's going to be unbelievable. Meet your future husband, future wife. It's going to be great. Amfest.com, amfest.com. Get there. Go get the tickets. It's going to be amazing. And again, please subscribe and hit this bell. We appreciate it. And if you listen to audio podcasts, subscribe to the Charlie Kirk Show podcast. That's Charlie Kirk Show podcast. We won, everybody. We won. I need to get this hat. Daisy, can you get me one of these hats? We won. And if you guys want a limited edition signed MAGA hat right here, last thing I'll say is become a member, members.charliekirk.com, to get a limited edition MAGA hat. We have 5,000 to send out, don't we, Daisy?
Over, like 8,000 now.
We have 8,000 hats I have to sign. 8,000 hats. God bless.